And the Bruins headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. He'll start the return inside his 5. Across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. Extra blockers on the field. Offense goes full house.
22.
They'll try the run. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the option. Quarterback keep. Finding some room. They bring him down. The option run to perfection, and it will move the chains.
This offense is going to challenge the defense with their assignment football in the option game, and they're doing it here early in the first quarter. Great job by the quarterback, making all of his reads. Nobody accounting for the pitch guy, so you flip it out to him, and a nice gain offensively here. And this is something the defense now is going to have to contend with for the rest of the game, trying to stop this option attack.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Spreads out 4 receivers, trips right, a single receiver to the left on 2nd and 7. Back to pass. They'll run the screen. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Now facing a 3rd and long.
95-96 bridge. 95-96 bridge.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll pull it down. First down and more. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on 3rd down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the first down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, check. 89-19 fireball. 89-19 fireball.
Gets the back moving.
Where did he go?
Give to the fullback. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Bruins call timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. So close to cashing it in for this offense.
28-29 Bills. 28-29 Bills. Where did he go?
A first down run on the doorstep. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this defense has given up some yards, getting all the way down here to 1st and goal, but great job on 1st and goal. Getting a tackle for a loss and not guaranteeing a pass, but putting this offense in a more difficult situation and trying to end this drive by only giving up a field goal.
Short completion, setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They've methodically worked their way down the field. The 11th play of this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense, he's going for the goal line. Gets it in there for the touchdown.
And I love the aggressiveness early. Love that they went for it on 4th down. They punch it in. They get the 7. And here's the thing, Palmer. I love the aggressiveness. When you start to get those goal-to-goal situations, the defense now, even if they get a stop, they got to go the whole length of the field against my squad. Love people that go for touchdowns instead of field goals down here.
Well, I think the offensive line also helps the head coach make that call, knowing that he can trust these guys to get it done. These guys are battle-tested. A lot of these players have been in big games and played in big moments. So here you are early in this situation. Let's roll the dice. Let's capitalize on this and trust those big fellas to get it done.
Iamaleava fires left. Pulls it in. It's Matthews. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the end of the house. Touchdown, UCLA. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Extra point here will tie the game. Oh, and he missed it, and they missed their chance to lock it up. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Fielded in the end zone, it's Chambers. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line.
Ready. Let's go.
Keeps it on 1st down. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. I'm sure Holly will find out what's going on, and for the moment, we will step aside. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Here we go. Let's go.
Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. Man, sometimes he's like trying to wrap up a ghost. He's out to the 27.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Hey, take it.
The offense changing the play.
Check. 1852 soldier. 1852 soldier. Shift. Ready, go.
Goes to the option. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the 1st down.
Here comes the heat. Keeps it himself and gets the 1st. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. They've got a first down here to open the period.
Check. 492 waggle. 492 waggle. Check. Let it go.
From the gun, the ground game. Maybe some room here. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
And he tacks on the extra point. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. If they had gotten him there, he might still be running. He's down at the 47. And on that kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they hit. There he goes. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a nice-looking run. That reminds me of Jonathan Franklin, Maurice Jones-Drew, Zach Charbonnet. In recent years, they've had a lot of ability at the running back position. How about this name, though? Little-known fact. The great Jackie Robinson also played running back for UCLA, and you know he's...
Snags it, and he's open. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And that's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Throwing, Imaliama. Got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's Knight. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Down goes the quarterback, and they turn 2nd and short into 3rd and long.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Firing to the end zone, and they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They'll send out the kicker here. Absolute shank. Missed it. That one could have helped out a bit there, guys, but still an 8-point game.
And that hurts missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
And he couldn't find any room to breathe. What a great job on the run fits by this defense.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the defense.
Still sitting at their own 20 after that last one. Here's 2nd and 10. Sends it back in motion. Run it with the fullback. Stuff on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wants to adjust the pattern.
Go.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Rolling right and going deep. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
Complete to the wideout. He's tackled at the 31.
And the Bruins peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Here's Iamaleava to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Open on the right side, that's Smith. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
Nico Iamaleava throwing again. Quick completion on the out. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the first half, and it has been a dandy. A chance to perhaps get this game tied up before the break. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Knight. There's some room. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
With the run on first and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback keeper. Breaks into the open. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Using his feet. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
The receiver is incomplete. Brings up third down.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. Clock has stopped. Timeout has been called by UCLA. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Iamaleava. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. 3rd down from the gun. Here's Nico Iamaleava. He's got it. They make the stop, but man, oh man, did he almost get a score on the final play of the half. A big game. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific 2nd half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Man, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin with the Northwestern Wildcats in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Oregon Ducks. And it's the Wildcats able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings.
Throwing, Iamaleava.
And this one gets them to 5 wins on the year, which isn't cause for a campus-wide celebration, but it's proof the coaching staff is getting through to this team. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. That's caught. It's Knight.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Grab behind the line. It's Smith. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. They're on inside. It's Knight. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Can't hang on, is incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's Iamaleava to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
That's his second sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him. Let somebody else beat me, not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Oh, he missed it. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
Well, they knew coming into this game, touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Fullback's got it. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Not able to get outside. They tried to run wide, and they got nothing. It'll be 4th down.
And that is great third down and short defense. You're thinking up the middle, up the middle. You got to react to something wide. Great job seeing the toss, stretching it out, making sure they don't get downhill, making sure they don't get the first down.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Strolls into the end zone for a touchdown.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David, when the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track. What's happening during the game? Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game.
Got a little room. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
He's got it for the 2, and we're all tied up.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Offense with jumbo personnel. Motion from the back. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Floats it out in space. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. On the option. Keeps it himself. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And I like what this offense did. They run the option. They're good at it. They read it. They run the pitch. They get some positive yards. But more importantly, they set up a 4th and really short. They're successful in these situations most of the time.
They bring the punter onto the field now.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And it'll be down right there. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into point. Oh, he's got some space.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the 1st down marker. And the Bruins will punt this one away. They'll put it away for the first time tonight. He's got enough, and they roll the... It's on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
They had... Zach looked they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the 1st down, and the chains are moving.
The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Makes the grab in their space. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work. The Bruins call timeout. It's their 1st.
And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And the Bruins are flying down the field. Iamaleava makes the grab on the back. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Iamaleava to the air again. Quick strike complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today rank, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun on third down, Iamaleava blasted as he lets it go. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 8.
Man, what a throw. Under duress, getting hit as you throw. He's been sacked several times today. I love how he continues to hang in the pocket and make plays for this offense.
And the offense is so close to the go-ahead score, they can smell it here in the fourth quarter.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Throwing, Iamaleava takes the easy one to the back. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Clock has stopped. Timeout has been called by UCLA. It's their second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on fourth down. Rush is on him. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
That is a great job by this defense coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Give to the fullback. Got it up for the first. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. He's going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
He'll keep it on 2nd down. Could be an outing. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you, the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. On the move. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Man, so nice to have a QB. When you need him, in the moments, can get those big 3rd down conversions with his legs. He does it here. He showed you the wheels some today, but a nice job late in this football game when you really need it.
Give to the running back. The officials stop play as they come out to tend to this injured Bruin. The senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grab behind the line, it's Palmer. Makes the catch and he's free. Touchdown! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And now this offense needs a late 4th quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Makes the grab. It's Knight. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Back to pass. It's Iamaleava. Takes the easy completion. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand, they're blitzing, they're coming. See it, take.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that's not a surprise. But when a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like, this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football. He's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Iamaleava fires to the middle. With the catch, it's Matthews. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
No mystery here. Third in California late in the game. Defense knows they're going to throw it, so they're going to have a lot of guys back in zone coverage. And these guys up front are going to be pinning their ears back. Quarterback better have the clock going off in his head.
Iamaleava from the gun on third down. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Going the other way, and he's got room. That's 20. He's at the 10. All the way into the end zone for a touchdown. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Throwing, Iamaleava. He's taking the deep shot. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation.
Let it go!
And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old